Hi, my name is Ryan Pasige. Over here we have Jacob. Next we have,
My name is William Bechtel.
And I am Dewan Jules.
and welcome to today's show for Geek Watchers podcast. We have a great, interesting subject that we're going to talk about today. Recently, Ezra Miller, the actor for the Flash movie, especially around the Snyder Cut movie, the actor that played the Flash, he recently got into some controversy. 11 days ago, he recently got arrested in Hawaii for harassing a woman singing karaoke and grabbed the mic from her. He also lunged at a 32-year-old man playing darts. Well, as you guys know, this hasn't been his first situation before. 2 years ago, there was a YouTube video that circulated around YouTube 2 years ago where Miller appeared to be choking a woman and throwing her to the ground while at the bar in Iceland. Now, many fans are very shocked. I know I'm shocked. I know the guys all around me are shocked. But guys, how do y'all feel about this? What do you think is going to happen to Ezra Miller now that not only that this is not the first time he's committed those type of cases, but also at the same time he's not catching a break? What do y'all think is happening? What's going to happen, or how y'all feel about the situation?
So, my personal opinion is I think Ezra Miller should have been fired from all of the Warner Bros. Projects since that video of him choking some lady came out. Not great, not putting him in a great light specifically, and it definitely put stress on the company as a whole because they are continuing to employ somebody that has not once but now twice gotten in trouble for harassing people in public physically. And what they're doing by not letting Miller go is that they're setting a precedent, essentially saying that they don't care what their actors are doing. And that's just kind of the way I see it. That's all I really have to say about the topic for now.
Gotcha. Duane, what are your following thoughts about this incident?
I would say, judging by like what we've seen in the past, Warner Bros. Is already like they've been on the edge for years because though I can't put a finger on it, I've heard that like in the past couple of years, they've always been under heat for some new thing, whether it be for a movie or show or something. And I think, like, in my opinion, I never wanted Urza in the first place. I think me and everybody wanted CW Flash because I think he's the proper representation. And I doubt that they only picked Ezra just because they wanted to reimagine him as the Flash. I think they just did it because like they couldn't get a hold of CW or something happened. So like what he did in the Justice League movie, yeah, it was cool. It was also cool in Snyder Cut, but I don't feel like it's enough to like shadow what he did to in the past and recently. Somebody like that doesn't deserve to be like, especially representing a superhero. I think like that alone is not okay. Like them hiring him in the first place, not cool. But like him as a superhero, that in itself is an issue. So I don't want to see him in any further projects. I don't know if they have to recast the Flash for the new movie or what, but they're gonna have to make it happen because nobody's gonna watch the Flash movie if they're gonna have a character like that representing the Flash, and that's what I have to say on the subject.
Yeah, for me, I would say personally, it breaks my heart that Ezra Miller is really in this situation because honestly, for me, I like the dude. I honestly have no grudge against him. He's a really good actor for the Flash. I mean, also at the same time too, I think the CW actor for the Flash is also well. But seeing Ezra Miller play the Flash on the Snyder Cut, that was pretty good. But I mean, at this instant where everything is going, it's just like there's nothing really much that Warner Bros. Can really do at this point. No, I'm not encouraging them to fire them or something like that, but man, he's putting himself at a slippery slope. You know, which is kind of like he dug his own hole. I mean, this is not his first incident. I mean, he literally told the wife that say he's gonna slit his wife or something like that. And I was just like, whoa, you gotta relax with that, man. So Ezra Miller, even though he's a really great actor, and I like him personally as a dude, just like, man, just the situation that he got himself into was just, yeah, it's gonna suck because it weren't.
That's not.
What'd you say?
Mm-hmm.
No, I was gonna say that if Warner
I
Bros.
was gonna
does
say
decide to,
it's not
what were you saying?
after you.
Gotcha. I was gonna say that if Warner Bros. does decide to fire um Ezra, then that means that's gonna push the Flash movie even further. And I'm looking forward towards the Flash movie because I hear that Superman, Batman, Ben Affleck, and Henry Cavill, they're rumored to be in the movie. And I'm hoping to see those two guys again. So that's definitely a disappointment to Warner Bros. And to the actor and Flash, but hopefully he learns from this. Hopefully he learns from this. This isn't really like end his career, but hey, who knows? Who knows? What were you saying, Dewan?
I was just saying it doesn't put him in a good light at all, and it was a mistake. So yeah, that's all I have to say on the subject.
Gotcha. One thing, let me why I meant Jacob into the room. He's able to reach to his house. One thing, guys, that I wanted to bring up too is the importance of actors really claiming their image and clearing up their image up as they're living their daily lives. It's very sad to me whenever I see actors that I like, actors that I see in really great movies, do really well, win an Oscar, win different awards. You know, they have such great talent, but then as a person, they're just not who they seem to be on tape. And it's very heartbreaking to see that. And as a person for myself who loves acting, who's hoping to maybe break into the film industry, it really teaches like not just me a lesson, but also younger viewers too of your image is your most important thing around your life, you know? I mean, one single moment could kill your image. And so it's just one of the most important things that people need to remember, and also actors and professionals, and even everybody, including in this world, that your image matters. So, but yeah, looks like we got Jacob on here on camera. Jacob, what are your following opinions and thoughts about this case?
Oh man, I'm trying to decide how I feel about this because on the one hand, I've never looked at actors in terms of like philanthropy. Like I've never like had to once like sit there and be like, oh man, what have my actors, done recently for charity? But I mean, there is the simple facts of the matter of, yeah, assault's not a thing you want to ever, it's not a thing you ever want to be able to try to brush under a rug, especially when it's multiple instances. I think in this scenario, this is one of those things that, they've obviously, shown all their cards. They put all their money, they put their bet in Ezra being able to keep his nose down in the sand, and apparently he couldn't. And so they're at this point, you have to think millions of dollars down into this project. They're like releasing statements, like trying to deny and brush under the rug what Ezra's been doing. And I think we just see that, there's a bottom line to this. There's a business, and they put all their chips in one little basket and you messed up. So honestly, as much I would like to see him go, I mean, I gotta admit with Will and Dewan here, I think this would be just the most amazing circumstance to get Grant Gustin into the DCEU. That's honestly something I was wanting since the beginning. So hey, if it gets us one step closer to Grant, then fine. But if I had to put money on it, if I was a betting man, I would say that Ezra's going to stay in for at least this last project before he gets Let's Go.
Yeah, very disappointing news for us Warner Bros. Fans. But hey, you guys live what you get. But you guys have any closing thoughts, any last thoughts before we close out this podcast? I know this is a topic that recently surfaced. I don't want to get too much into it, but any last topics, Will, Dewan, Jacob?
I did want to mention, I just wanted to touch on what you mentioned about image. And when it comes to actors, there's like a higher tier of importance that comes with your image because people look up to you, people talk about you 24/7. So your image and how you carry yourself as a regular person, is like important. So it goes times 3 when you're somebody of that tier, and maybe even like times 5 if for superhero and heroine characters, because kids look up to you extra and want to be like you. So this representation that Ezra is, it's not okay. And as a person that believes in second chances, the fact that he did it twice, that's a clear cut sign that he's gonna keep doing it. So we just can't allow that to happen. And especially we can't allow him to continue on with his acting career. And like for somebody like that does need to be canceled. I think cancel culture is not the best, but like it does need to come in for certain things. So that's my thoughts on what you mentioned about it.
Will, you got any stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I would like for them to, if this was me making the calls, I would fire Ezra. And because, like it, like Dewan said, it all comes back to the actor's image outside of their work. And I don't know, like someone that has continuously harassed other people for what seems like, at least from what I've seen, well, simply existing is kind of insane. And I would not want that person to represent my company in any capacity, if that makes sense.
That's true. Honestly, kind of what Dewan was saying about cancel culture earlier, I was, to be honest, little part of me is like kind of wanting Ezra to get canceled just because of Team Johnny Depp over here. We all know what was going on with the abuse allegations between Johnny Depp and Amber. We saw Johnny get canceled from his movie just instantaneously. Then we saw the other way around. While Amber, I don't believe, was convicted of anything, she had as much pressure on her that Johnny had. And we kind of saw both sides of it where, if a company's really invested in one person, we see how they're going to try to toss it under the rug. I mean, we all see how Aquaman 2 is still under production. And even though it's getting a canceling right now, I don't know how much y'all heard. I've been seeing a bunch of like cancel Aquaman 2, don't watch the movie. But they're still coming out with it. So we see how this company is willing to kind of play both sides of the coin. And honestly, as selfish as it sounds, I kind of want them to get rid of Ezra just so we're one more step closer to Grant Gustin. I want to see a musical number in the next Flash movie. And if they do, I would prefer them to just retcon it. We all know what's going down. Just have some kind of funny line. Just, oh, did you get a new haircut? Just some shit like that. I feel like they're going to try some convoluted enter the Speed Force, changing time, messed up my appearance thing. Honestly, just retcon it, take it on the chin, and keep going.
What if they recast a new actor? They don't bring in Grant. How would you feel about it?
Oh, wait, say that again?
How would you feel if they just cast a new actor? They don't get Grant.
Don't get Grant new actor. I gotta be honest, I wasn't super invested in Ezra anyway. So they grab someone new. Honestly, I think I would start with the same investment level that I had with Ezra. I know they've recently released a few new kind of like snippets, teasers. So I know that the hype train's already built and active with Ezra. So any actor is just going to be as good as him. That's how I personally feel about it. I don't know, what about y'all?
I mean, I'm going to keep it $150 with you, man. I don't even care about Grant Gustin that much. I know, like a lot of people really like him, and that's cool. And I mean the role. I don't really know how it voice would be. Definitely use Gustin, but anything can happen. I mean, who knows? Ezra Miller might not even be terminated from the project completely. Or they could, just focus on a different universe of Flash entirely. It's all up in the air. And I mean, they can really do whatever they want with this type of movie since it is dealing with a bunch of different variations of the Flash.
What if they Doctor Who that shit?
Wait, what was that?
What if they Doctor Who that shit? That'd be funny.
What do you mean Doctor Who it?
Where they the like whole like reincarnation thing with Doctor Who?
Vaguely,
Like,
yeah.
Well, if you haven't seen Doctor Who, I'm a casual fan, so I'm gonna screw this the hell up. Basically, there's like the Doctor has like, I believe it's 13 lives, and they just every time it's time to cycle through a new actor, they have them die, and there's this whole transformation, and they end up having a new one. Of course, Flash doesn't have reincarnation power, so they have to make up. I don't know. I feel like I would be okay with some Speed Force dying BS if they were able to. I don't know. Just think of different ways that they could like slide in a new actor like that.
I mean, if they just throw in some weird scientific words that I don't understand, I'll just go with it. Honestly, I'm like, honestly, I just saw Morbius earlier today, and I think literally just do the complete opposite of what Morbius did when writing the movie or rewriting the character, and it'll be fine. Like, I know I'm getting off topic right now. I'm actually upset that I sat through that entire movie. Morbius was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, and that is like an hour and a half of my life I'm never going to get back. But anyways, back to the topic at hand, which is about the Flash. I mean, I could see like a Doctor Who type thing coming by where maybe this version of Flash dies and, the Speed Force transfers a different Flash over to this timeline, which I'm sure probably happened in the comics at some point. I'm not too sure. But anything can happen. That's what I learned from Morbius, at least.
Yeah.
Man, we gotta do a whole review on Morbius now. God dang. Just 15 minutes of Will going off on it.
Yeah, here's my review. Don't watch it. It's terrible.
Well,
now we have to add Morbius to the thumbnail.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you guys for joining us for our podcast for today. We had a great episode for today. Guys, go in the comments below. Question for today. What do you guys think is going to happen to Ezra Miller? Do you think he should be fired? You think he should be suspended? You think he should stay? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. But this has been a great episode for today for Geek Watchers Podcast. My name is Ryan Fasiga. We got Jacob. We have Will. We got Dwan. You guys have a great night, and don't let the bed bugs bite.